Now, for more on the humanitarian situation in Gaza, we've reached Yousra Abu Sharekh. She is the program coordinator for children's charity Inara. Yousra, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
When we spoke last week, the situation on the ground was extremely dire. Has it at all changed in the past few days?
Yes, the situation on the ground in Gaza Strip is still catastrophic, and people are in need for everything, including food and other basic items. But after the announcement of allowing the entry of aid into Gaza Strip, people started to feel more hopeful, and they have this glimpse of optimism. So they are waiting, yet there is nothing on the ground changed, and we, as the humanitarian aid workers and Palestinians, are encouraging everyone to allow these aids to reach the warehouses and the stock of humanitarian organizations so that they could dispatch and distribute them impartially, and for people in need who don't have anything since March 2025. So yes, there is a glimpse of hope on the ground, but yet nothing has changed. For example, just this morning, I cut off a damaged part of the bread we have that got damaged due to the moisture and the improper storage. We don't have electricity, and while I was doing that, my 12 years old son was saying, "Hey mom, we are dying of hunger." So this word killed me, like while I was hearing it, but it's nothing compared to others who are suffering in that sense. I can't bear looking at the desperate eyes of mothers who are struggling to secure the very basics of their babies' needs, like baby formula and diapers. For example, during our work today, we were distributing diapers for babies, and a mother of 2 months baby told me, since I delivered him, I didn't receive or buy any diapers except one bag that I received once I delivered him at the hospital. So imagine the price of the diaper bag, over $100 in Gaza Strip. And same for food, like even we are hearing about aid entry, yet the locally made or produced vegetables are so expensive to a level that even us who have a source of income can't afford their prices. For example, the tomato costs more than $40 US dollars, the 1 kilogram of tomato. So no one in Gaza Strip can afford these prices for the very limited items.
Now, Yousra, I know, of course, you are experiencing so many different things. Of course, you're a resident there, you are a mother, but also you're an aid worker too. And part of what we understand that is happening now is the Israeli military says it is trying to put forward secure routes in place to increase the scale of humanitarian aid to help with the distribution as well. So how much might that help organizations and also parents?
Of course, it will help a lot because people are in dire need for everything, not only food like wheat flour that is being distributed for or entering Gaza Strip for a few days, but also other nutritious food, other shelter items, other hygiene. So yes, help us a lot to do our work on the ground to support people in need, because it's so sad to feel helpless as a humanitarian aid workers, and we cannot support those in need who are in dire need for every single needs or basic needs. So yes, it's gonna help us a lot. It's gonna help the people as well to be more healthier or have more energy, because after 4 months of no food, after 4 months of suffering, people don't have any capacity to afford or to bear more of suffering.
I know you said you were somewhat feeling a little bit more hopeful now, as we know that there's a pause so that more aid can get into the region. We know that there's also discussions, a high-level conference underway to try and reach some sort of resolution. How is that impacting the work you're doing, and does that offer any additional hope on the ground?
Yes, it adds more hope on the ground because we are, including the humanitarian aid workers, are exhausted, we are drained, and we have to focus more on alleviating the suffering in the people's lives. So we are encouraging and advocating everyone to take actions to make this deal and this entry of aid happened, and to scale up not only tens of trucks a day, but hundreds of trucks a day to enter Gaza Strip so that people can relieve and can feel the hope on the ground after 4 months of complete closure of all the crossings. So it's time to get action, allow the humanitarian, including the United Nations organizations and other international and national organizations, to work on the ground effectively and according to the humanitarian principles and the dignity of people in the Gaza Strip.
Finally, Yousra, I wanted to ask you, because you raised the conversation or what you've heard from your son as well, and there's so many mothers who are likely in the same position as you. How can you convey that to the international community, those real stories, the real experiences that you and those who are living there are going through right now, in trying to make sure that your children are not suffering from malnutrition?
Yeah, so I mean, it's time for everyone to put him or herself in our shoes and in our position, because no one can afford hearing their children suffering or asking for food. For example, my children cannot now see or watch any chocolate on the videos that we see from other sides of the globe. So imagine a child in this position who not only has the trauma from the airstrikes or the conflict, but also from the starvation, from the loss of education and the environment they used to have. So it's time for everyone to have serious action and to support the humanity and to advocate for the entry and fair access to humanitarian aid in Gaza Strip, because more than 90% of Gaza Strip population now are aid dependent, so they don't have any source of income. They lost everything. For example, I lost my house. I lost my family house. We lost everything in Gaza Strip. So people in Gaza are aid dependent. So we should and we must move and take action to allow these aids entering Gaza Strip, because they cannot afford more suffering due to the complete closure of crossings and borders.
Yousra, I want to thank you again for your time and for joining us. We always appreciate your insight.
Thank you.
That is Yousra Abu Sharekh. She is the program coordinator for children's charity Inara. We reached her in Gaza City.